the most fallen, wretched person, without any devotion and submission to his own self, a person like me, most Srila Gurudev has accepted and repeatedly showered his mercy, even though incapable of even receiving it. But this is the nature of the transcendence, that they don't see the merits and demerits of the living entities, and unconditionally they shower their mercy. The difference between the material mercy and mercy of a transcendental personality is that materialistic persons, they do a favor to others, or they shower so-called mercy on others only if they see some benefit, only if they think that there is some benefit that one can gain. But transcendental personalities, spiritual personalities, their mercy is unconditional and uncontaminated by any material flavor. Even a tinge of a material flavor is not present in their mercy. So today is the disappearance of such associate of Srila Bhaktidaita Madhava Goswami Maharaj and our object of worship, Sri Radha Krishna. So we were listening to the pastimes of most revered Srila Gurudev in Hindi just a while ago. How Srila Guru Maharaj had exhibited the pastimes of complete inner absorption. Outwardly, he presented it as if he is not well. Health-wise, he is not good. But inwardly, how much of internal mood of submission and remembrance of Hariguru Vaishnavas he was in, he had repeatedly revealed in during various pastimes. But it is due to our own conditioned nature, we are not able to understand him. We were completely, misunderstanding that transcendental position of most revered Srila Gurudev. But every time we do that, he was again revealing to us that he is not any ordinary person suffering like an ordinary mortal man in a hospital. He repeatedly revealed to us that he is coming from a transcendental abode. Most revered Srila Gurudev, he was exhibiting externally or superficially, was exhibiting the pastimes of severe sickness. We had taken him to Gwalpada on his desire, after he exhibited deep desire to go there. We took him there. While at Gwalpada, he performed pastimes like the Shadagoswamis. हे राधे ब्रज देवी के च ललिते, हे नंद सुनो कुत, श्री गोवर्धन कल्प पाद पतले कालिंदी वन्ने कुत, घोषंताविति ब्रजपुरे खेदैर महाविह्वलो. In constant grief, हे ब्रज देवी के च, हे ललिते, हे नंद सुनो कुतः, where are you? I am searching for you. Where are you? Hey Lalite, hey Vishake, hey Radhe, hey Krishna. Govardhan Padapatale, are you under the shelter of Gokim all around Gwalpada? To Brahmaputra banks, you, where are you? Shouting. Why? It's a person who is invisible. Yes, he is searching for a person who is invisible for us. A tree and maybe there is God. He is going to the Chatak Parvat, there is God. He is going to the Chatak Parvat, there is God. He is going to the Singhadwar in Jagannath Puri, there is Krishna. He is going to the Goshala, there is Krishna. Devotees. And during this process, it was in September, perspiration. So all of that took some effect on his body. That even in an ordinary wake up. The whole night he did not wake up. He slept around 7 or 8. That day he was doing the mandir parikrama for several times. Many times he did parikrama. Every day then we would just get him around the temple only. The location is changing, so he's thinking that probably we are taking to several places because he's completely absorbed. Like when Mahaprabhu was completely absorbed, he was thinking that he is going to Vrindavan Dham, but Nityananda Prabhu tricked him to Shantipur. He could not realize, Mahaprabhu could not realize that he is going to Shantipur. He was thinking that he is going to Vrindavan. So similarly, Guru Maharaj, he was in search of Krishna, but we were take rest. He didn't wake up the whole night, but he's tired so much. We didn't think that, it's like, into entering into a different, realm altogether. We didn't realize this. So in the morning, also at 5 o'clock, he did not, really wake up, or he did not show any signs of even, turning or, any movements. We thought that they are not so nice. Immediately called for the ambulance. We took him to GNRC hospital. And in the GNRC hospital, doctors diagnosed and they told that very shortly, at best 5 days, he will be leaving all of us. So that was a very one. We informed all the Vaishnavas, the Guru Maharaj's God brothers, we have contact. We informed them because the doctor told that all the near and dear ones should come and take his darshan at the earliest. And severely, gravely ill and uncertain period for all of us. So then also many persons instantly they booked their tickets and they came to Calcutta. I can't really understand to what degree Guru Maharaj had attracted the hearts of all the living entities. It's completely beyond my understanding. That simply a small word that Guru Maharaj, there is some uncertainty, not even a moment was spared to think what is the price of the ticket, whether I should go or not. Immediately, instantly people came, the devotees came there. I would say it is the glory of Guru Maharaj. It is his glory that how he could attract even so materially contaminated persons like us. Those who are constantly engrossed only in material thoughts, how could he even, attract our minds instantly, not even thinking about money, which we are always thinking about. Let me postpone there. They just left their bags in the mud. Just the opposite. You see, what is the difference between matter and spirit? Instantly, the presence of a devotee surcharges even that matter into a spirit. Everybody would do all their daily duties only in the hospital, hoping that Guru Maharaj is going to do some miracle for sure. There is a hope that he is going to do some miracle because doctor told only miracle can save, nothing else. And the devotees have complete faith that Guru Maharaj can do any kind of miracle he wants. So, but only submission, surrender is required, and all the devotees were eagerly waiting for that miraculous moment to come. And Guru Maharaj did not disappoint any of his disciples who had come all the way from various places. He did not disappoint them. You see, such an affectionate master he is. You do a bit for him, he is there to give entire of his self to you. That is the kind of affection, the love that he has to each and every person who had submitted to him, or at least a faint mood of submission to him. Within 2 days, Guru Maharaj had exhibited some kind of a movement in his body, a little movement that itself was a miracle for all of us, not only for us, for the doctors particularly, who were shocked, spellbound by his, how could this happen at all? I still remember that entire episode is in front of my eyes. Dr. Partho, he comes there in a brisk, he comes there and he's like, taking the papers, Guru Maharaj's, what do you call, CT scans or whatever are there. He's taking the reports in his hand. Oh, this is a clear case of surgery. Why is doctor not performing surgery? There was a glow of hope in all of us. Yes. No, the doctor is building that hope in us. Yes, there is a, surgery. By surgery it will happen. So we were thinking, oh, very, very nice. This doctor is the right person. He should go. So Dr. N.C. Bora, who was the chief person under whom Guru Maharaj was getting treated, he went to Dr. Bora, and then he came with his head hanging. Means his opinion has been changed now, that operation is not a solution. So we were disappointed. So Guru Maharaj was taking us through some phases of happiness, and then again some kind of lack of hope. All this very, very, I'm saying it's very purifying to me, because just remembrance of such great personalities is so very is transcendental. Even that little moment we can come in contact with the transcendence. So then the third day, Dr. Partha comes, and then he says, hey, do you see the charm on the face of Maharaj? He saw something that we couldn't see. So you see, Maharaj's face is glowing. You see, there is some movement. It is he who had observed it first, and then he told us, and we were delighted to the core of our heart. Wow, there is something. And the doctor was not only convinced that there is some glow on his face. He was asking his colleagues, the junior doctors who accompanied him, don't you see, don't you see, don't you see? And that day I still remember, those who have come there, I think many of you who are sitting here, they were also present at that time. The darshan on that particular day was totally different. All the devotees were feeling that their prayers are answered, that Guru Maharaj is giving hope, and their faith in his mystic activities is has been kept intact. So 5th day passed, 6th day passed, and I was approaching Dr. Bora saying that, Doctor, 5th day has passed. Does it mean that the critical period is over? I was so crazy. I mean, it was good that I was crazy. So I approached doctor. No, it doesn't mean it has passed. I said 5 days. It doesn't mean literally 5 days, but he is still critical. It is very nice. Out of his mystic powers, sadhus have that mystic power. Out of his own mystic powers, he is doing his own miraculous things. We have not done anything. It is he who is doing it. So just have faith in him. That's all. With every day passing, our hopes are only increasing. And suddenly a day comes. We had passed through so many days of, waves of, hope and no hope. One day he suddenly exhibits that he's so nice. The other day he's, exhibiting as if he's totally unwell. So constantly bringing our mind in his thoughts of his service. This was a greatest purifying time. Usually, I think I already told before, the separation pastimes of a pure devotees are, they basically burden the heart. They are very, very burdensome to the heart. But somehow, in some corner of my heart, I feel very delighted remembering these days. I don't know the reason, only because I can probably remember all those incidents that have happened that are so touching, and how he had engaged us, all of us, so deeply in his mental service, physical service, in all kinds of service. He had deeply engrossed us. We had no thoughts other than to serve him. I wish such a thing can be simulated again in this lifetime. Again, I don't know when it will come, but I would deeply welcome such a at least that artificially simulated activity where I can completely absorb a mind, heart, and body in his service. So then we were discussing about so many approaches on how to give treatment to him. We were very defensive in the very beginning, very conservative, not trying to overly dose him with any medicines or with any other treatment processes or surgery processes, but going through ups and downs until we finally decided that okay, let us take this one drastic step. That was a very, very tricky situation to be in. It could have backfired on us also. Guru Maharaj, that particular surgery or anything would have counterfired. But I would again say, Guru Maharaj had repeatedly tried to save our face. It is not that we have offered any service to him, I should say, but he had very mercifully accepted whatever service we wanted to offer to him. He saved our face. The surgery would have totally backfired. Our decision to bring him to Calcutta would have backfired. Our hearts were in our mouth when we brought him to Calcutta. Any time, anything could happen. We were completely doing a 100% risky job, not even a 1% risk-free job. But it is only Guru Maharaj who had saved our life. Devotees not sparing us is a different story. We could have spared our own selves. We could have been feeling guilty for the rest of our lifetime if anything like that had happened. For the entire of the lifetime, we could not have shown our own. We would have seen our own faces in the mirror. Forget about showing to others. But at each and every step, he unconditionally accepted, and he tried to accept the services. So we took him for a surgery with a lot of deliberation, discussions with the governing body, with other devotees who are very, very dear to Guru Maharaj. Those are a lot of love for Guru Maharaj. We took that risk, and during the entire process of surgery, our hearts were beating at a very high rate. And when we were bringing him on a charter plane, our hearts were in the mouth, literally in the mouth. Any time it could come out. When Guru Maharaj was brought on the charter plane, because to fly in heights is a risky thing, we have put him on oxygen support, full oxygen support, 100% oxygen support. We had a doctor, we had a nurse, we were 3-4 servants inside the charter plane, total about 8 capacity charter plane. And we were sitting at the back. The Guru Maharaj was lying here, and there was a monitor in which the oxygen, the pulse, all these things are being monitored by the doctor. He is sitting there, and we were sitting at the back. Basically, we cannot see the monitor, what is the pulse rate, what is this, what is that. Every minute we would go to the doctor, is it okay, Is it okay? Is it okay? The doctor got vexed up, and every minute he was only turning and showing like this. Okay, okay. So every minute he started doing it because we were so tensed up. What's going to happen now? What's going to happen now? And so much so, at one point in time, Muni Maharaj got up from the seat and he sat on the floor of the charter plane next to Guru Maharaj. Not on the seat, no seat belts, nothing. Just sat on the floor of the charter plane next to the monitor to see whether everything is all right. Is the doctor simply saying this or is he really this? Because doctors, they want to sometimes, we are in anxiety to, bring down our anxiety. They simply say this, but he may not be this. So Muni Maharaj sat there and he was personally seeing the monitor and he was doing this. Then he was doing this. Yes, it's okay, good. So, what I want to tell you is, we can't forget what has happened that day. Not only till we reached Calcutta, up until 1 week after we reached Calcutta. Because it may have an effect after also. For 1 week we were tensed up. Was our decision to bring him to Calcutta right or wrong? Because there were different opinions. Some were telling that he should be brought to Gwalpada, some telling that we should keep him in Guwahati only. But somehow he inspired us that we should take him to Calcutta. But is our inspiration from the heart or from the brain or analytical or what it is? Nobody knows. There is no confirmation. He is not assuring, he is not telling, yes, I want to go, I don't want to go. He is not telling anything. So that was all playing in the dark. Whether we are able to hit the target or not is totally luck. And that luck has favored us on that day. So we got him operated. I'm just trying to, bring parallel between two incidents. So the first incident is the surgery. That was also a kind of a playing in the dark. So that time, operation was done, and after the operation was performed, Guru Maharaj was brought to his place, and then the doctor told everything all right, because the first assurance we got from the doctor is there are no negative effects of it. There may not be any positive effect, but there are no negative effects. This was the only reason we had gone for a surgery. Okay, so the next day, 18th of December was the operation. On the 19th of December, then Guru Maharaj had performed another pastime wherein he became even more sick. Which means it appeared to us as if we have travelled back 30 days. The day we entered into the hospital, we are again at the same place after 20-25 days. And to tell you that we have, our hearts were broken, shattered completely, is a very, very, a minimum way of expressing our hearts. It was completely shattered. We were completely shattered. What are we doing? What have we done? Is this right or wrong? At that time comes Dr. Bora, and then we expressed our heart to him. Dr. Bora, from the very first day he had developed that faith in Guru Maharaj. He used to offer his obeisances to Guru Maharaj before he would even, think about giving any treatment to him. Very faithful person. So he, felt everything, and then I expressed in great anxiety. I was in very, very deeply anxious. I was that day. I was anxious all the days, but that day I was particularly very anxious. So I told that, such and such thing has happened in the afternoon, and now I'm very worried. I'm very tensed up. What to do? Then, rather than telling that, okay, we are trying to give medicine, we are doing that, you should be ready for all these things, he did not say all these things. He simply said one word: do you know that Guruji loves you? Actually, it is, I would say, it is Guru Maharaj who spoke it through him. Do you know Guruji loves you? It was actually, of course, immediately I couldn't really reflect on it. I said, yes, we know that he loves us. But how do you know? How do you know that he loves us? Then he said, he was very philosophical on that day. Very, very philosophical. And doctors, particularly neurologists, usually they are, I think, philosophical. And they have to be at one point in time. But that day he told, you see, Guruji has let you perform his services personally. You are staying in ICU ward next to him. This time not 2 persons, 4 persons, 5 persons are staying with Guru Maharaj in ICU ward. He was given a dedicated ICU chamber himself. He has his own room, deluxe ICU they call it. And there is a servant quarters outside. And that also ordinarily 1 or 2 persons are allowed. But we were 4 or 5 persons constantly sitting, if not more. And he told, he has given you an opportunity to serve you directly here. Which hospital, which doctor will allow anyone to come and directly serve? You are able to give service to him, you are able to bathe him, you are able to feed him, you are able to dress him up, you are able to make him sit on this wheelchair, you are able to do everything yourself personally. What more confirmation is required that he loves you? And he is very mercifully accepting all the services you have offered to him so far. Whatever you are offering, he is accepting everything. What more confirmation do you need? Then, I didn't reflect really at that point in time what he really meant. I said, yes, it's a confirmation. Yes, he loves us. And then I asked, so what is the prognosis? How do you want us to see? Then he told, leave it to him. That was the only word he used, leave it to him. And then he went. After he went, I was just back on my computer searching for this medicine, that medicine, this treatment, why this has happened, back onto my computer. But something was not keeping me at rest. That is, your Gurudev loves you so much, leave it to him. These are the 2 statements of the doctor that was putting me at unrest. There is some message that Guru Maharaj wants to convey. What is it that Guru Maharaj wants to say? Why Guru Maharaj had inspired the doctor to say that he loves us? And why did he ask him to say that leave it to him only? I was trying to dig deep into it. And then I approached our Dr. Maharaj, Brihadati Maharaj. I told that, Maharaj, I somehow feel that Guruji is wanting to go out of the hospital now. Leave it to him. When he said that, this somehow is occurring to me that, Guru Maharaj should be taken out of the hospital now. This is my feeling. What do you think? Then Maharaj said, yes, we have the medical, limits. We have reached the medical limits. There is no treatment beyond this. I think, the end point for the medicine has come. We have to take him back. I said, but Maharaj, I may be wrong in my understanding. So I want to have a meeting with the doctor again in the night. He said, yes, let's have a meeting. Let's try to understand the entire, what he has to say. And then in the night, we got an appointment. I don't really remember the time, 9 o'clock, I believe. And then Dr. Bora was very, I should say merciful only to give us whatever time we